My name is Ali Arsanjani, and I lead AI/ML partner engineering at Google Cloud. I head up an AI/ML Center of Excellence, where we are advocates for our partner to grow our partner ecosystem. Weights and Biases is one of our good partners. We basically work with partners such as Weights and Bias to unblock them in the adoption of our Google AI technologies and mutually go to market to have the 1 + 1 is 3 kind of proverbial statement where mutual customers benefit from the integration between Weights and Biases and our Google AI Vertex AI platform. That combination is something that is very important these days, especially because of the popularity of generative AI. I think what's very exciting about generative AI these days, so I've been in this space for over 30 years. I continue to teach in this space. And as I look in the past, AI was not a public phenomenon until recently. It's about a couple years where Google, way back when, invented Word2Vec, and then the transformer architecture, and then everything took off from there. Many companies utilize that architecture to create generative models, and we're all in the throes of every week someone coming up with the next model. What excites me is that people are now interacting with models. Every company needs to have an AI strategy. Without an AI strategy, companies are kind of not necessarily on a path of marketing, and they need to truly transform their underlying infrastructure in order to take advantage of generative AI. And in order to do so, we feel that one of the primary things, heart and center of this transformation, is if you have evaluation and observability at the heart of your ML lifecycle. Weights and Biases, for example, provides those types of observability evaluation frameworks that enables us to have a customer who integrates with Vertex AI. Vertex AI is our end-to-end generative and traditional predictive AI platform. And Weights and Biases can plug in at certain points to do model evaluation and observability for things pertaining to traditional predictive and now generative AI. We've announced, last week was our conference at Google Next in Las Vegas, and we announced a lot of multi-agent systems, a kind of concept. So we have an agent builder, we have a model builder on top of our Vertex AI platform. The notion of having multi-agent systems from an academic perspective and an industry perspective brings the necessity of observability, evaluation, and performance measures to light, because without them, you have no frame of reference of whether this model that you're deploying for this particular agent who does this particular task, is it really working well for your end customer in a specific industry domain? So that's why this becomes even more important to have that observed. I think one of the important things we see is that they should be aware that there's a set of maturity levels. So level 1 is you prompt the model, you get a response, you're done. The next level is you do retrieval augmentation. The model only knows so much at the time of training, you augment it with something. Level 3 is when you fine-tune the model for a particular industry domain. Level 4 is where you actually provide grounding. So for example, at Google, we have a grounding service that can ground it on Google Search or on enterprise documents for your enterprise. Level 5 and 6 pertain to multi-agent systems, and where you're adding additional governance, adding deep observability for these systems, and LLM ops. That's where I think the more mature companies, so the analogy I usually use is you can build a doghouse and you can build a skyscraper. You need to decide where in this spectrum of architectures you should be as a company. What level of sophistication do you need? And if you need greater sophistication, you need greater observability, greater evaluation and performance capabilities. And that's where Weights and Biases and Google can partner very strongly. On our platform, we have a solution completeness notion where we have all these different components that you can build on as you go from your journey of, as a company, I may not need all these components at the get-go. I can start with one, the prompting and the serving, and gradually move into multi-agent systems. At each step in the process, you still need evaluation and observability. So on our platform, using our models and using the solution completeness we have, it would be a great idea and a best practice, in fact, for our mutual customers to plug in weights and biases so that the evaluation can be conducted as they're moving across this spectrum of maturity at each level and for each of the components in the architecture. So when we talk about multi-agent systems, it's sort of like I want to basically book a flight to, I don't know, Austria from Austin. So you ask a conversational agent this question. It has to go out and look for an agent, a small agent, which does the pricing, which does the airlines, which does the, where are you actually located? Are you a member? Personalized interactions, calculations. So all of these can be very task-based, smaller language models that come together in the context of a larger language model that can orchestrate and reason this stuff. So at each of these stages, you want the evaluation such that you know that the result that's coming back is a good result. So you can put them all together in something that makes sense for the ultimate end user. So these multi-agent systems will have workflows that need evaluation and performance and metrics and observability, and combining them together is going to be critically important. Training them for specific domains that you can do, for example, on the Google platform is extremely important, but you still have to measure their efficiency. And that's where weights and biases come in.